What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to VeVe Investments. On today's episode, we are talking about sleepers on the VeVe app. So if you guys are interested, make sure to stay tuned. We discuss 12 collectibles and an assortment of comics in this episode. So a couple episodes back now, we talked about, I think it was like 4 or 5 sleepers on the app, and that was just because the primary topic for the video wasn't that long. I did mention in that episode that we're going to be doing a full video on some sleepers, and that video is this one. So we're going to start things off with some collectibles. We're then going to move into some honorable mentions, and then we're going to round the video off with an assortment of comics. So with that being said, let's kick things off with the first collectible. Now, in our previous episode, for anyone who missed it, I will link it down below. We did talk about Zanagra, McQueen and Mater, the concept art, Patrick Hughes, any of his art, and then the Pixar Pals Series 1 set, specifically Mike, McQueen, and Woody. So none of these collectibles are going to be on today's list, but I do think they are sleepers, so just keep that in mind. So the first collectible we're talking about today is going to be Astro Boy, and my goodness, I was blown away at where this collectible is sitting at in the market. I mean, I'm sure many people watching this can probably agree with me. You guys have seen the countless tweets of people wanting anime on the platform. And guys, Astro Boy helped kickstart the genre. So the brand is going to be a highly influential and successful manga and anime franchise, and it's considered to be one of the pioneering works in both genres. So the franchise played a crucial role in introducing Japanese animation to global audiences. He has since been adapted into various anime series, movies, and video games, which is keeping the franchise relevant and engaged with different generations. That's really important to note. So as you guys can see from the banner at the top of the screen, there are modern iterations of this character that younger generations are, more in tune with. And that would actually be my guess as to why they chose the iteration they did on VeVe. But since his creation, he's become a cultural icon both in Japan and internationally. And considering where he sits in the market, guys, this is a one set. I can't even say one pose, one set, because you tap him and there's 4 poses. He flies, you can shoot his blaster, he stands, he does a bunch of different stuff. It's a really cool piece, actually. But considering where he's sitting at in the market, I think it really shows you how many people who are currently on the platform actually understand the value of Eastern IP. If you guys are interested in picking up Astro, you can grab him for roughly 23 gems in the secondary market. Next on the list, we're going all the way back to season 1 here, and it is going to be the Joker. So the character's enduring popularity has made him a fixture in Batman stories for over 80 years. And since his introduction, he's been involved in some of the most significant and iconic storylines in Batman comics. Now, I think it's fairly obvious at this point that his catchphrases, his laugh, and then just his overall aesthetic have become ingrained in pop culture. You look at the character, you immediately know who it is. And because of this popularity, he's achieved a level of cultural significance that few fictional characters can actually match. Now, this is going to be a season 1 piece. He's got 7,500 editions. And might I remind you guys, this isn't just his first appearance on VeVe, but it's also his first appearance on the blockchain. And if you guys want to add the Joker to your collection, he's going for roughly 92 gems in the secondary market. So we're sticking with Batman and we're moving over to Harley Quinn. And for those who don't know, she is going to be one of the best selling female characters in comics of all time. So she was actually originally intended for only 1 episode. The creators did not expect her to gain as much popularity as she did. And this is what led to her inclusion in the broader Batman universe. Her popularity led her to her own solo comic series, which debuted in 2000. And similar to the Joker, this is going to be another season 1 collectible with a first appearance tag. If you want to pick up the first appearance of Harley, she's going for roughly 60 gems in the secondary market. So here's another one that surprised me quite a bit, and that's just because there was a lot of hype leading up to this character's release. So in this case, we are talking about Thanos, and believe it or not, I laughed pretty hard when I read this. The name Thanos has risen almost 3,000 spots since Avengers Infinity War, which was released 4 years ago. And when I say the name Thanos, let me be clear here, baby names. Yeah, that's right, baby names. I don't know about you guys, but I have yet to meet a baby named Thanos. I'm looking forward to that day, though. In recent years, since 2020, he has been ranked as the world's most popular villain. And on top of the fact that he does come with a first appearance tag, his collectible is also going to be paired with the Infinity Gauntlet. So you're getting Thanos as a first appearance, you're getting the Gauntlet, and the Gauntlet has all the stones. So if you guys want to grab Thanos, he has dropped quite a bit in the market. He is going for roughly 40 gems. And to be clear here, we are talking about the ultra rare, not the secret rare. Next up, we have another one that has shocked me quite a bit. And this is going to be Olaf. So Olaf is, I don't know if you guys remember when Frozen, the first one, originally came out, but I remember so much talk around this character. People just fell in love with him, and I'm starting to question if Disney's really starting to make this character one of their main characters at the parks. Because if you look at some of the shows that they're performing, Olaf is almost being pushed as like a main character, which makes a lot of sense, right? Olaf is a major character in not only Disney's most successful film of all time, but also Frozen became the top grossing animation film of all time. So Olaf caters to a younger demographic, but also to the younger generation that's now growing up. Now, similar to Astro Boy, I think his animation is going to be incredible. I'd actually argue that this is probably the best animation on the platform now. Considering his popularity, the edition size for Olaf is extremely scarce, 1,500. And just like everything else we've mentioned on this list, he is going to have the first appearance tag for VeVe. But I do believe it is also his first appearance on the blockchain. So if you guys are interested in adding Olaf to your collection, I think he's going for an absolute steal right now, just my opinion. But he's going for roughly 37 gems in the secondary market. So next on the list, we got the one and only Stan Lee. I don't really think this man needs an introduction. He's the man behind many of your favorite superheroes. So just to name a few, he co-created superheroes like Spider-Man, the X-Men, Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, Ant-Man, the Wasp, the Fantastic Four, Black Panther, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, the Scarlet Witch, and Black Panther, to name a few. The man is iconic in the superhero space, and despite the fact that he does have 4 poses with 4 first appearance tags, I am in this case only talking about the common that has the amazing Stan Lee lettering. So if you guys do want to add that piece to your collection, right now he is going for roughly 30 gems in the market. And again, that's for the common. Now next on the list, we're going to have one of my favorite pieces in my collection now, and that's going to be the Little Prince. So for those who don't know, this book has been translated into hundreds of different languages. It's actually sold over 200 million copies worldwide. So it's one of the best-selling books in publishing history. So it is going to be ranked the 4th best-selling book of all time, right behind Lord of the Rings and right before Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone, I think. Which one? Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now this is going to be another animated piece. It's going to be another one pose, one set piece. And considering everything that we just talked about, it's only sitting at 15 gems in the secondary market. Now, of course, I can't cover everything in this video, guys, but in terms of some honorable mentions that I do want to point out, we're going to have Elsa and C-3PO from the Golden Moment series. We're going to have Darth Vader, who's actually dropped quite a bit on the app. I think the ultra rare is around 500 or 600 gems now. And then speaking of pieces that have dropped a lot, my lord, Superman, which keep in mind is the first ever superhero, he's sitting at 340 gems in the market. So if you guys do want to grab a piece of history with him, there are only going to be 87 in the market. So I try to be quite clear about this on the channel. I don't have a comic background, right? My knowledge with comics doesn't really go that far back. So that's going to be the reason why I'm just piling them all together here. But in terms of some comics that I have my eyes on, it's going to be first appearance of Daredevil, first appearance of Black Panther Wakanda, first ever Marvel comic, first appearance of Doctor Doom, first appearance of Fantastic Four, first appearance of the X-Men, and I believe Wolverine. I might be wrong there. We're going to have first appearance Iron Man, Gwen Stacy, first ever issue for his own series, Spider-Man. First appearance of Miles Morales, Dr. Ock, first appearance of Spider-Man, first appearance of Nick Cage, Thor, and then Hulk. So I'm probably missing a few there. Actually, now that I think about it, Journey into Mystery number 85, first appearance of Loki, would also be on this list. But as you guys can see on screen, I am also only just talking about the common variants here. So for any comic heads who are watching this, I would be curious to know from your standpoint, what are some really good, you know, ultra rares or secret rares to go for? I'm happy to say I got my first ever secret rare on the platform not too long ago. It was just this past week. And, oh my God. Speaking of comics, I just realized I opted into the waitlist for flipping Avengers #1 and I completely forgot about it while filming this. Damn it. Okay, actually, speaking of Avengers #1, that would also be on this list. I completely forgot about that comic dropping today, but I'm quite surprised where it's sitting at in the market. 28 gems floor price for the common. It dropped for 20. I'm actually gonna hold out here. I'm gonna wait. Ladies and gents, that's gonna conclude today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. In terms of sleepers on the app right now, those are gonna be 12 collectibles and then a variety of different comics that I currently have my eyes on. Today is also gonna mark the 1-year anniversary of the channel. So I appreciate everyone who's shown support and subscribed so far. Next step is 1,000 subs. We're right around the corner. So speaking of that, if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want to see in a future episode. And as for next, I'll catch you then.